Hey everyone, welcome back.
Yeah.
We are diving into something today that I know a lot of you have flagged as something you really want to hear more about,
hmm
and that's raising kids with a healthy understanding of money.
Oh, yeah.
So we've got your notes, articles, and even some really interesting ideas from a financial expert named Swebb to kind of break down today.
Awesome.
So think of this deep dive as your cheat sheet, right?
hmm
We're going to highlight the most important ideas, share some surprising insights, and hopefully spark some great conversations at your dinner table.
Love it.
Okay, so right off the bat, one of Swebb's ideas that really stood out to me was this idea of teaching kids about resource management and not just about money, right?
Right.
And I have to admit, that's a pretty new way of looking at it for me.
Yeah, it's a broader approach, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
It encourages kids to really value and manage all sorts of resources.
Oh, interesting.
Like time, toys, opportunities even,
Okay.
not just dollars and cents.
Hmm.
So, if a child understands that their time is a limited resource, they're more likely to kind of think about using it wisely.
Right. That's a really good point, yeah.
Yeah,
And so it's not just about, I'm giving you 20 bucks a week.
exactly.
It's about your time is valuable, your toys are valuable,
Yeah.
that kind of thing.
Like if you've got
Yeah.
a limited number of Legos, well,
Yeah.
you're going to think about how you use them.
Exactly, yeah.
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 That's interesting.
And it also makes me think about what Swebb says about parents kind of being the ultimate models
Oh, yeah.
for their kids' financial behaviors.
Okay, so it's not just about what we tell our kids.
No,
It's about what they see us doing with money.
exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
And, children are really perceptive.
Mm-hmm.
They're little sponges, aren't they?
Yeah.
They observe how we handle money, how we talk about it, even the emotions, we
Mhm.
express around financial matters.
Yeah.
Are we stressed out about bills? Are we kind of, constantly buying stuff?
Remember, are we impulse shoppers? Impulse shoppers, yeah.
Got it.
Are we thoughtful planners? They pick up on all of that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That makes you think a little bit
It does.
about your own habits when you say that.
It does. It does.
So if you had to kind of boil it down, what would you say is the most important message for parents to be sending to their kids about money?
I think it's intentionality.
Okay.
It's not about being perfect with money.
Mm.
It's about being really deliberate about the values
Okay.
and the habits that we're modeling for our children.
I like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Be intentional.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's switch gears a little bit and talk about something that Swebb mentioned that I was really surprised by.
Okay.
And that's this idea that kids can actually grasp the concept of investing.
Hmm.
Now, to be honest, when I first read that, I was like, how? Really?
Right.
How do you explain compound interest to a 7-year-old?
Yeah. How do you make concrete for them?
Exactly.
Well, I think Swebb had a really great point when he said, start with this simple idea of leverage.
Okay. You think about a seesaw, right?
Yeah.
A small amount of force on one side can lift a much bigger weight on the other,
Okay.
right?
Got it.
So that's leverage in action.
Mm-hmm.
And investing is basically financial leverage,
Right.
right?
So using that analogy, how would you kind of explain that to a kid?
Well, you could say
Yeah.
like a small amount of money invested consistently,
Okay.
like a little push on the seesaw, can grow significantly over time and lift that bigger weight, right?
I like that a lot.
Yeah,
That makes a lot of sense.
it makes it tangible.
It does, yeah.
Yeah.
But what about the risk part of it?
That's a good point.
How do we explain that to a kid without, making them too scared to ever invest?
Right. I think we've got to acknowledge that risk is a part of it.
Yeah.
It's inherent in any investment.
Mm-hmm.
But we explain it in age-appropriate terms.
Okay.
So you could say something like, sometimes the seesaw goes up and sometimes it goes down.
But if we keep pushing gently over time, it's more likely to go up in the long run.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, now on to something that I think we can all relate to, and that's saving, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's hard for everyone,
Absolutely.
even us adults.
Yep.
So how do we instill that discipline in our kids?
Well, Swebb's got this great advice, and I think it applies to adults too, right?
Okay.
He says we need to systematize, police, and celebrate.
Right. Break those down a little bit.
Okay, so systematize means setting up a clear system
Okay.
for saving, like a piggy bank, or a
Right.
savings account,
Yeah.
something tangible.
Got it.
Then policing means gently holding kids accountable for their saving goals.
Okay, so not being afraid to, be the parent
Exactly, yeah.
and hold them to it.
Exactly. And then the fun part,
Yeah.
celebrating means acknowledging and rewarding their efforts, however small they might be.
I like that.
Yeah, we celebrate the small wins.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, it's all about building those positive habits early on, right?
Absolutely.
Not expecting them to just become these saving wizards overnight,
Exactly.
And there are lots of fun ways to do this, too.
Oh, like what?
You can use visual aids,
Okay.
like a savings tracker.
Mm-hmm.
Or you could even involve them in some simple budgeting decisions,
Oh, right. Yeah.
that are age appropriate, obviously.
Age appropriate, right?
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, and that can go a long way in keeping them motivated.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Now, let's move on to a topic that I know Swebb feels really strongly about, and that's tithing.
Okay.
Could you just kind of explain what tithing is and why he believes it's so important to teach kids about it?
Sure. So tithing is the practice of giving a portion of your income,
Mm-hmm.
typically 10%,
Okay,
to a religious institution or a charitable cause.
got it.
And Swebb actually links tithing to the development of trust,
Oh, interesting.
specifically trust in a higher power. He believes it teaches children to prioritize something larger than themselves and to cultivate a spirit of generosity.
So it's not just about the money.
No, it's not just about the money.
It's about, giving back.
It's about understanding that we have a responsibility to use our resources, both time and money,
Yeah.
to make a positive impact on the world.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, last but not least, let's talk about credit.
Okay.
Now, Swebbs almost sees this as kind of a bonus topic,
Right.
but he calls credit a tool,
Yes.
which I thought was really interesting.
It is interesting, yeah.
So how should parents approach, teaching their kids about credit?
Well, I think we have to acknowledge that it can be both beneficial and dangerous,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Right.
It can help us achieve goals like
Yeah.
buying a house
Yeah.
or starting a business,
Right.
but it can also lead to a lot of debt
Oh, for sure.
if it's not managed responsibly.
Absolutely.
So the key is to be proactive and to equip our kids with the knowledge they need to navigate the complexities of credit responsibly.
So it's almost like we're giving them a heads up
Exactly.
before they go out into the world and make mistakes.
Exactly. Like forewarned is forearmed.
Yeah, exactly.
You could even consider introducing them to credit in a controlled environment, right?
Oh, interesting. Like how?
So, for example, when they become teenagers,
Yeah.
you could help them get a secured credit card with a low limit.
Okay.
That can help them build a positive credit history and learn responsible usage.
So they're kind of getting practice. The safety net.
Exactly.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Yeah.
So as we kind of wrap up this deep dive into Swebb's ideas, it's clear that teaching kids about money, it's about so much more than just, dollars and cents.
Absolutely.
Right.
It's about nurturing a healthy relationship with money, one that's based on understanding, responsibility, and a sense of purpose, right? And equipping them with the tools and the mindset to make wise financial decisions throughout their lives.
I love that. And, maybe the most important takeaway from all of this is that our kids are always watching.
Always watching. Yep.
And how we handle our own money is probably the biggest lesson we're teaching them
Absolutely.
without even realizing it.
Actions speak louder than words, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So by modeling financial responsibility, generosity, intentionality, we can really empower our children to become financially confident and responsible adults.
Such great advice. And to all of you listening, we encourage you to keep exploring these resources that you've gathered. Start those important conversations with your kids.
Yeah,
They'll thank you for it later.
they will, absolutely.
All right, that's it for this deep dive. We'll see you next time.
See you later.
Bye.